January 3, 2026. Early morning in Caracas. That night, Nicolás Maduro was not inside the Miraflores palace. He had stopped sleeping there months earlier. Because of growing security risks, the Venezuelan leader had moved into another residence, a house located inside Fort Tiuna, one of the most heavily protected military complexes in Venezuela, in southeastern Caracas. Concrete walls, armed guards, restricted access, a place designed to feel untouchable. But security built on routine has a weakness, creates patterns. For months, United States intelligence had been watching those patterns. The CIA infiltrated operatives, one of them close enough to observe details that rarely make headlines but decide outcomes. Where Maduro slept, how he moved, what he ate, what he wore, and who had access to him. Nothing was assumed. Everything was confirmed. General Dan Kane, chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, later revealed that this was part of an operation named Absolute Resolve, a mission that took months of preparation and required coordination across every branch of the U.S. military and intelligence community. For days before the operation, President Donald Trump gave the green light. From that moment on, there was no debate about if, only when. The final variable was weather. The teams waited for clearer skies over Caracas, fewer clouds, better aerial visibility. On Friday night, the conditions finally aligned. Parts of the Venezuelan capital went dark. According to Trump, that blackout was deliberate. Operation Absolute Resolve had begun. Shortly after 2 a.m. Eastern Time, helicopters crossed a mountainous region before descending toward Fort Tiuna. Inside them were soldiers from Delta Force, one of the most elite units in the U.S. Army, specialized in counterterrorism and high-value capture missions. This was the same unit that, 36 years earlier, infiltrated Panama and arrested dictator Manuel Noriega. Nothing about this mission was improvised. According to Reuters, U.S. forces had built a full-scale replica of Maduro's protected residence to rehearse the entry. Every door, every hallway, every angle. Above them, drones and U.S. warplanes monitored the operation from a distance, ensuring the safety of the ground teams. As the helicopters approached Fort Tiuna, Venezuelan troops opened fire. The response was expected. American forces broke through the defensive perimeter and landed. On the ground, Delta Force moved fast. They were not there to occupy the base. They were not there to engage in prolonged firefights. They were there to reach one person before he could disappear inside his own fortress. Inside Fort Tiuna, time began to collapse. When Maduro realized the attack was real, he ran. He and his wife, Cilia Flores, headed toward a bunker inside the complex, a last resort shelter built for extreme scenarios. But according to President Trump, the door didn't close in time. The soldiers reached them first. There was no negotiation, no speech, no political theater. Nicolás Maduro was captured inside his own military stronghold before any coordinated response could be organized. Extraction began immediately. On the way out, U.S. forces came under fire again. Even so, the mission continued and concluded without American casualties. By approximately 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Maduro and his wife arrived aboard the U.S. warship USS Iwo Jima. Later, Trump released a photo. Maduro with his eyes and ears covered, holding a bottle of water, apparently handcuffed. No ceremony, just confirmation. Thousands of miles away, in his Florida residence, Donald Trump watched the operation unfold in real time, alongside Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, CIA Director John Ratcliffe, and General Dan Kane. Everything had gone according to plan. From the deck of the USS Iwo Jima, Maduro was flown to a U.S. military airport in northern New York State. By the time the aircraft landed, it was already night in the United States. FBI agents boarded the plane. Maduro and Cilia Flores were escorted off, taken into a hangar, and then transferred by helicopter to New York City. There would be no more presidential convoys, no speeches, no control. They are now set to face trial in southern Manhattan. The charges include narcoterrorism conspiracy, international cocaine trafficking, use of weapons of war, and armed conspiracy linked to drug cartels. One charge alone carries a mandatory minimum sentence of 20 years. Also charged are Maduro's son, senior figures from his government, and leaders of the Tren de Aragua cartel. This operation was not about spectacle. It was about reach, a reminder that power does not always fall in public squares. Sometimes it ends quietly, in the place where someone believed they were safest.